Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. With a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Now, we all know that song, Old MacDonald Had a Farm, and it's actually a rhyme, a nursery rhyme if you want to say it, call it that. But it's about all the various animals that Old MacDonald keeps on his farm. And we know that each verse of the song changes the name of the animal and its respective noise. And you know, Old MacDonald is not just a children's song. We even sing this song at my Rotary Club meetings. Yes, we do. We smile and laugh a lot too. And by the way, it's MacDonald, not McDonald. No relationship to Ronald McDonald. This is Old MacDonald. But did you know there are a variety of versions of the Old MacDonald rhyme? In fact, in 1917, there was a book published called Tommy's Tunes, and there was a song in there called Ohio, which has quite similar lyrics, although there was a different farmer's name and refrain. It goes like this: Old MacDougal had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some dogs, E-I-E-I-O, with a bow wow here and a bow wow there, here a bow, there a wow, everywhere a bow wow. That was Old MacDougal had his farm. Another variety that I read about was published in the Ozark Folk Songs in 1980. One was called Old Missouri, and it was a version that named different parts of the mule rather than different animals. It goes like this: Old Missouri had a mule, hee-hi-ho, and on this mule there were two ears, hee-hi-ho, with a flip-flop here and a flip-flop there, here a flop, there a flop, everywhere a flip-flop. Old Missouri had a mule, hee-hi-ho. Oh, poor mule. Well, there's another version of the song that was sung in Britain. And it was put together in 1908, and it was included in a book, and the title was called The Farmyard or The Merry Green Fields. It goes something like this, I believe. Up was I in my father's farm on a May Day morning early, feeding of my father's cows on a May Day morning early, with a moo moo here and a moo moo there, here a moo, there a moo, here a pretty moo, six pretty maids coming gang along with me to the merry green fields of the farmyard. Wow, that was a different ending, wasn't it? Yeah. But did you also know that Old MacDonald has been translated into other languages and it's been modified slightly to fit the rhythmic and culture requirements of those languages, so the words come out a bit differently and sounds funny to us. In African language, in Africa, it's Old Uncle Claus has a farm. In Chinese, Old Mr. Wang had some land. In Czech, Uncle Donald had a farm. In Danish, Jens Hansen had a farm. In Finnish, Grandpa Popola had a house. In Hebrew, Uncle Moses had a farm. Sort of makes sense. In Turkish, Ali Baba has a farm. And in Ukrainian language, Uncle Ivan has a cow. Uncle Ivan has a cow. Yeah, makes sense. And did you know that there have been many recordings of Old MacDonald, and not just for children? The oldest version is Sam Patterson's Trio, released on the Edison label in 1925, and the song Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Other famous artists have also recorded Old MacDonald, including Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley, Nat King Cole, and even Bing Crosby. And the song was even used in a presidential campaign in 1952 for a man by the name of Adlai Stevenson. Now, the song included altered lyrics, but it was meant for farmers. And by the way, Mr. Stevenson lost. All around the world, we are very, very, very grateful for farmers and for people who help to provide for us to have food to eat and other things that we use that are grown on farms. Farmers are definitely a gift from God. There's a passage of scripture in the Old Testament in Isaiah 28 that actually very interestingly describes some ancient forms of farming. And here's what it says: God directs him, referring to the farmer. He teaches him the right way to do his work. Caraway seeds are beaten out with a rod. They aren't separated out under a threshing sled. Cumin seeds are beaten out with a stick. The wheel of a cart isn't rolled over them. Grain must be ground up to make bread. A farmer separates it out. but he doesn't go on doing it forever. He drives the wheels of a threshing cart over it, but he doesn't use horses to grind the grain. All of these insights come from the Lord who rules over all. His advice is wonderful and his wisdom is glorious. I think that's some powerful insights into God's part in helping man understand how to be the best farmer he can be, how to manage and use the ground and the grain and the crops wisely in order to get the most out of these resources. You know that farming is hard work and it requires a lot of dedication, and sometimes you never know what's going to happen. Ecclesiastes 11 says, anyone who keeps on watching the wind won't plant seeds, and anyone who keeps looking at the clouds won't gather crops. Yeah, God bless the farmer for being patient and for being dedicated. And God does bless the farmer and us with crops from the ground. Deuteronomy 28 refers to the blessings of the Lord to a faithful nation. The Lord your God will bless your barns with plenty of grain and other food. He will bless everything you do. He'll bless you in the land he's giving you. You know that God is the provider of our blessings. God is the ultimate farmer. God is the provider of all that we need. Psalm 50 says, I don't need a bull from your barn. This is God speaking to us. And I don't need goats from your pens, for every animal in the forest already belongs to me, and so do the cattle on 1,000 hills. I own every bird in the mountains. The insects in the fields belong to me. I'm grateful that God shares this plenty and these resources with us. I'm grateful that he has given men and women the skills to be farmers and to help us by providing resources for us as well. So, today, as you think about Old MacDonald, thank a farmer. Yep, thank Old MacDonald, and thank God as well. I wish for you a day that's filled with joy, a day that's filled with many provisions, some moo-moos here and a moo-moo there, and above all else, a day that is filled with peace.